Now we're going to move on to the next section, our host of managed services. And what we're going to do is talk a little bit about that. So we have about 6 different points I want to cover, but basically we can split it into 2 different groups. Typically we focus on enterprise type managed services or managed services for service providers. And we find that with enterprise, their key issue, that their big priority is security. So they need to have services that are built around primarily security, but as well as others. And then with service providers, they have security as well, but we find that their biggest issue is maintaining bandwidth control. So we can also offer managed services that would prioritize that. So some of the services that we offer, gateway antivirus. So at the gateway, we make sure that there's any types of viruses are controlled and that won't propagate into the customer's network. There's anti-spyware, which would help the internet browsing experience of the customers by not having to deal with spyware that has a tendency to annoy people through advertisements or through their data collection mechanisms. It has a tendency to slow down people's systems. So we can remove that and make sure that their systems are running cleanly. Also, intrusion prevention and detection. We offer to make sure that all the network's integrity is maintained and that no one's running playing with anything in the network that they shouldn't be, and making sure that all the users are controlled and secured. Also, peer-to-peer control. If you have some users that like to do a lot of downloading of peer-to-peer during peak hours when there's most of the network traffic is going on, you can throttle them during certain times of the day if necessary, if it's impacting on the network, and then have them be able to have full speed later on in off-peak hours. So if they are downloading overnight or something like that, then they can have full speed. But during the hours of 5 in the afternoon maybe, or 8 o'clock at night, that they can't do that kind of thing. You can have that kind of control and visibility as to what's going on, and also be able to perform network management. So what I'll do is I'll just take a couple of screens of what types of reports that you can expect with the reporting mechanisms through our managed services. So here's an example of a sample report. So this would be an example of an attack summary. So for example, someone may have tried to do a denial of service attack, or you can gather intelligence if it wasn't just one instance of this, where it looked like there was multiple instances of a denial of service attack, and it looks somewhat coordinated. It could be actually a distributed one, a distributed attack of some kind. But you'd be able to report the information, and it can also be used for forensics and later on if you need to report activity in some way. All the information is time-stamped and accurate. Another sample report here as well. Actually, the sample reports are about 40 pages long, and we're not going to go through them. We're just going to take a couple examples, but if anyone ever needs an example of the type of comprehensive report that is able to be generated by us, we can offer that to you so you can see a complete version of it. So here, this is like an intrusion attempt summary. So they're able to do provide intelligence on the types of attempts that were made. It's done via deep packet inspection, so you can really drill down and take a look at what type of data is being put across, what type of traffic as well, and you can have visibility there. So moving to the next slide, we're just going to take a look at a case study here. So we had an end user customer that we helped work with through Avar, Cumberland Telephone, and they had basically said that they were aware that there were some performance issues with their bandwidth. Things weren't going as smoothly as they liked, but they couldn't quite pinpoint what was going on. But by utilizing unified threat management services, they were able to save money by being able to drill down quickly and be able to assess what was going on. They had that intelligence in front of them. So as a result of being able to identify exactly what was going on, they were able to take the appropriate action and be able to fine-tune the network to be able to overcome these bandwidth issues, and their network performance increased, and they had happy customers as a result. Their customers' experience using their services was enhanced and was much better experience. Just going to move now to the next slide. And another very important piece here are repair services. So if you have devices that break down, and they always have a saying that a system should never break down, but the devices can fail. So, but as long as the system doesn't, you're okay. Well, in the case of this happening, we offer out-of-warranty repairs. This would allow our customers to increase their ROI. We want to see our customers become successful, so we want to see them have the best lifespan of their products as possible, and make sure that their infrastructure is maintained for as long as possible. So we can do these repairs. We can provide service contracts that offer advanced replacements, and so in case something breaks down, you ship it to us. We can ship you an advanced replacement so you can get your network back up and running, and minimize the downtime. Also, we have what we call B-stock when available, where we have remanufactured used devices that have been taken back to the factory and refurbished so that they're in 100% working condition and they're warranted. And obviously, you're able to buy these at a reduced cost, so you can maintain your network without having to pay full price for some of the components. And also, when we do the repairs, we repair all of the components. We repair the radio frequency components, signal processors, the controller, the power supply, because they have a tendency to fail, and also the external interfaces. So any antenna ports or any physical ports, an RJ45 network port, serial ports, anything like that, we can repair those as well. So any of these, any repairs that we do, we offer a 1-year warranty. The work is done by, it's professional service done by skilled technicians, and there's fast turnaround as well. So it's just something to think about with your network moving forward. I'm going to move now to the next slide. This is just an example of some of our miscellaneous services. So maybe, hopefully some of you guys have had a chance to visit our website. And so we have a website, and also where you can find and source product. Of course, if you have any questions, you can always call us, but there is an online chat functionality on our website. But we have a direct link from our website to what we call the hotspot, which is a wireless forum that you can use to do some research. There's lots of examples of technical scenarios where people, with advice on how to correct things or how to optimize certain scenarios. Also, there's file attachment software that you can download from the site. And basically, just if you've got any questions or you want them to be addressed, there's lots of people on hand to be able to answer them there on the forum. And this is just an example here of what it looks like. Other things that we have as well, we have an RF cable comparison chart, so that you can easily, for reference, take a look at what kind of losses would occur based on the grade of cable that you'd be using, to tell you, the weight, some of the physical characteristics, and the impedance that they run, and the type of conductors that would be in the construction of the cable. So something very quickly to reference, which is handy. It's right on our website. We also have a quick dBm to watt conversion table that you can take a look at that quickly converts. You want to find out what 1 watt would be in milliwatts, and or rather how much a watt would be in, how much decibel power it would be, or if you took half the power, what the equivalent milliwatt would be converted. It's a good tool to use for reference. And also we have another interesting one where we have a pigtail selection chart. Sometimes it can be very difficult to figure out exactly if it's a special proprietary connector. There's all sorts of connectors out there, and sometimes when you want to connect 2 devices together, it's very critical that you get the exact same right connector. It's the right standard, it's the right gender, and you got to make sure that it's regular polarity or reverse polarity. We have a nice chart, and you actually have visual pictures to make sure that you get that critical cable and it's the right one, and it's going to look exactly like the way you'd hoped. So it's a nice chart here to refer to. And then I think that's about it. So these are just some of the things we're going to be trying to improve, and any other services that we offer, we'll make sure that we communicate it to the channel and make you aware of them. So that about just wraps it up. I'm just going to go to the final slide. Well, this is, I'm just going to move back to our presentation. Go to the final slide and just show you my contact information. So in case you ever need to get a hold of me, you have any questions, there's my email address, or you can call in, or you can also talk to your Moonblink sales rep, and if you need to get a hold of me, they can engage me as well, and I can help assist where needed. Okay, so thank you very much for attending the presentation, and I appreciate your time and look forward to working with you guys in the future. So take care, and bye for now.